welcome to Book Talk. Today we are talking about books set in Paris. Hi, I'm Sonia, and this is the Stickney-Forest View Public Library. So I'm going to talk about 3 books, all fiction. So this first one is called Paris, He Said, by Sneed. This came out in 2015, and I was excited to read it because I had read one of her short story collections, which I really liked. She's a literary author, kind of known in the literary circles as being a really good writer, master of the craft. So this one is about an artist in New York who meets this older guy, Laurent, who takes her to Paris because he has an art gallery, and he's an established art guy, so he's helping her career. And so she goes with him to Paris, and she's kind of starts getting jealous because he's not committing. They're in a relationship, but he's got other girlfriends and he's helping other girls too. So I really like the writing in this. As I said, she's a good writer. There's not a lot of outer conflict. It's mainly inner. It's mainly the girl Jane. I read this 5 years ago. Jane's inner conflicts, her jealousy, and she had left behind a guy in New York, and was that the right decision? But she's got it pretty good. Really, there's she's living good, but she has these conflicts. And the guy from New York comes back, and he comes to Paris in the last third of the book, so you'll have to read it to see what happens with that. But a good read. I haven't been able to recommend it to anyone so far, so I'm happy to talk about it. Paris, He Said. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about came out in 2019, One Summer in Paris by Sarah Morgan. So this is a lighter book compared to this one. Maybe a quicker, faster read. It's about 2 women who meet in Paris. They meet each other. One is a feisty 19-year-old who just decided to move to Paris. She's a free spirit, Aubrey. And Grace is there on her honeymoon, or on her anniversary, she thinks, but then her husband just left her. So Grace is a 40-year-old jilted wife, and so she meets Audrey, and they help each other. I think I said Aubrey, it's Audrey. They become friends. Grace helps Audrey learn how to speak French. Audrey gives Grace a makeover. And so it's a pretty heartwarming read because this friendship, it's turns out good for them. They help each other through their issues. And so if you like a heartwarming read about women's lives and relationships, you would probably like this one, One Summer in Paris. The only thing is I wanted more setting. I wanted more Paris. I didn't really feel like I was there. There weren't that many descriptions of Paris life. They talked about food a little bit, and that was it. And so the Paris setting for me was kind of lacking, but still, there's a nice cover for you. Got the Eiffel Tower. So I would recommend it as a good book if you want that kind of thing. Okay, this last one I'm going to talk about isn't out yet. It's coming out in June of this year, 2020. So you'll have to put this on your to-read list, unless you're watching this after June of 2020, then you can go get it. This is called The Paris Library by Janet Skeslien Charles. I've never heard of her. Kind of a newer author, I think, to me at least. So this is a historical fiction of a French girl, Odalie, who gets a job at the American Library in Paris. So it's got English, it's a library that has a lot of books and stuff in English, and the magazines in English and everything for American people so it's the American Library in Paris, which was a real thing. But this is a fiction account of this librarian who works there, and it's 1939 in Paris, so you know what's coming. So the war starts coming. Her brother goes off to war. Her boyfriend, luckily, the guy she starts getting involved with, he's there. He's able to stay. And meanwhile, the library is starting to help the war effort with donating books. So yes, things are brewing, and I haven't even finished this, but I'm loving it so much. I know I'm going to keep loving it till the end. So I wanted to talk about this. Partly the reason why I picked Paris books today, because I'm loving the writing. I feel like I'm in Paris. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm in the library, and all these characters, these Parisians that come in, I can see them really well. Like she's got me enwrapped in the story of Odalie. I really want to know what's going to happen to her and her family. So, excited for this to come out in June. The Paris Library will get this for sure. A copy here at our Stickney-Forest Library. And if you've read any good books set in Paris, there are a lot. Actually, we just read one for the book club called The Lost Girls of Paris, so I could have done that one too. But anyway, comment below if there's any books in Paris that you recommend, and join me next time. I'm gonna wrap this up. I think that's it, but find some good books to read, and happy reading.
If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the Stickney-Forest Public Library's YouTube channel. Also, like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Stickney-Forest Public Library District, where great things happen.